Hey everybody, it's Delicia, and thanks for tuning in to my weekly top 5 cigar picks. Hopefully these cigars are the ones that will be either joining your humidor or entering your lineup for your week of smoking. So now the nice thing about this week is they're all fairly budget-friendly cigars. They're all coming in under $12. So I don't know about the rest of you, but this time of year, starting to warm up, weather's getting a little bit nicer, which usually means that we tend to sit outside more, smoke more cigars, that kind of a thing. So in that case, it's good to find those cigars that are a little bit more budget friendly. So we can definitely stock up our humidors again for getting out of that longer. It seems like we had a long winter. I live in Southern California, so I'm super spoiled with having good weather. But even here, we've had like a lot of rainy days and cold mornings, cold nights, that kind of thing. So now it's starting to warm up a little bit, and I'm very excited. So hopefully those of you are, feeling the same way. So getting right into the lineup this week, we start with number 5, which is a Blanco. This is the Blanco 9. Good cigar. It falls right into the $6 to $7 category. So again, great price point, especially for, the good cigar. It's not one of those, wow you sticks, but it's good. It has good flavor, good construction to it. This one's featuring a Nicaraguan Oscuro Corojo wrapper, jalapa on the binder, and then a Nicaraguan triple ligero. So naturally that triple ligero is going to get you a little bit of oomph in the spice and a little bit of oomph in the strength overall. So this one's going to fall into your medium to full body, medium to full on the strength as well. You get a nice kind of a dark roast coffee. You definitely pick up some spice in there. So shifts with the black pepper and the red pepper kind of, hint of cinnamon. You get a little bit of a cedar in the background as well. Moving along to number 4. So this brand I was not as familiar with. I think I've smoked one of their cigars in the past. However, this one I just loved it because it was a beautiful Barber Pole. So this is the Marreo Tesoro Mio. Love the name. Tesoro Mio means like my treasure. Just a cool looking band and beautiful name. The band itself is just, it looks like a crest that you would find adorning, something in like times of kings and things like that, where they had battlefield fights with their shields and like their crests on there. It kind of looks like that. So I'm losing what the word I was looking for. It'll come to me randomly later, but this is just really pretty. It has a crown on it, and again, a nice little shield. Looks like some sort of a guy in armor holding maybe a sword. But yeah, just definitely there's probably a story. Maybe this is somebody's in the family's family crest type of a thing. I don't know, but it looks cool. Anyways, Barber Pole on this one falls into that nice like $7.50 price point. Really nice. Again, different flavor offerings on this one. I mentioned it has a Barber Pole, so it has a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper with the Habano wrapper creating that Barber Pole around it, and then an Ecuadorian Habano binder, Peruvian, Nicaraguan, and Dominican on the filler. So this one gives you, the creamy coffee. So like those of you who do a lot of half and half or creamer in your coffee, this kind of has that little bit of a creamy coffee, light cedar, light spice on it. Again, it looks like they're using the full, it's hard to tell. Sometimes I look at it. No, this is on top. So it looks like they're doing the Connecticut shade underneath and then wrapping the Barber Pole with the Habano, the darker wrapper. But again, just a cool concept. Takes a little bit more time to roll these and create, the consistency and all that. But it's just fun. Something a little bit different. There's not a ton of Barber Poles out there, although I have seen more of them making their way around the market. This one is not a new cigar. It's actually, this company's been around, I think, since 2014. Their cigars are made in Costa Rica, so something a little bit different. Most of the cigars that I tend to have in my humidor on hand are usually coming out of Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Honduras, mostly, sometimes Cuba. Not a ton that are coming from Costa Rica, so something a little bit different and very cool. Moving along to number 3. We have the New World by AJ Fernandez. This is a great cigar. It's definitely a steal. It's about a $6 to $7 cigar, and it's worth every penny. You should actually stock up your humidor with these. When they first came out, I fell in love with the cigar. It's like rich flavor. You get the rich dark chocolates in it. Just really, really a nice profile. Actually, when I was I think I've told this story before, but it's been a little while since I've had the New World on the lineup. But again, beautiful band and artwork and all that. So I saw AJ at one of the festivals, one of the years. This was like right after they launched this cigar, so a few years back. And I was teasing him like, oh yeah, it's a great cigar, but I'd love it so much more if it was in a Lancero, knowing that he didn't make it in a Lancero. Well, the next day at the event, he's like, hey, swing by the factory. I have something for you. So went by there and boom, comes out with a bundle of freshly rolled Lanceros in the New World blend. So I was super excited. That was one of those, brag moments. It felt very spoiled. Just really nice that he did that. And I've like cherished those cigars. I smoked them. I don't think I have any more left. He has made me another Lancero in a different one, but it wasn't the New World. I forget which one it was. But the New World Lanceros that he made me were just fantastic. But sadly, they're not available, on the market. However, there are a few different sizes, and they're great. They're just really, really nice. Again, featuring a dark Nicaraguan wrapper, a jalapa binder, Biso coming from Ometepe, Condega, the ligeros coming from Condega, and then another ligero from Esteli. So again, dark chocolate, you get black pepper. You get dark chocolate, black pepper, and earth. Those are like the three main notes that you get. You can get a little more complex if you really are searching for it, but that's basically what stands out in that particular stick. Pretty much the whole way throughout, medium to full body. Just a really good tasting stick. Again, $6 to $7 depending on where you buy it. Moving along to number 2, we have the Southern Draw Rose of Sharon. Now this one I've had a few times now in the lineup. However, I think I usually put the Lancero in my lineup because that's my favorite Vitola. In this particular, pretty much every cigar is my favorite Vitola if it's available, but in this one in particular, I love the Lancero. You just get a little bit more concentration. However, this one in the Robusto is equally nice. I mean, you're still getting really good flavor. This is a great cigar for the morning, first thing. It's not overpowering, but you still get a lot of flavor. You do get a medium amount of strength to it, but you do get a lot of flavor. These are also made at AJ's factory. So really nice construction. Definitely never had any issues with smoking any of the Southern Draw lines, but the Rose of Sharon in particular is a very, beautifully wrapped cigar. So it has a nice Ecuadorian sun-grown Connecticut wrapper. So you get a lot of the flavor because it's still the sun-grown. And then you have a Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan and Dominican on the filler. So again, mild, subtle spice, cedar, a little bit of a creaminess to it. So just nice, great with a cup of coffee, but pretty much good like any time of day, but especially in the morning, in my opinion. Going on down the lineup to number 1 this week, we have this nice little Ashton Symmetry. So Ashton always does a great job in catching your eye with their bands. They have a lot of detail, a lot of color, very elegant, very regal. Anytime they put a crown, it's like, oh, okay. So really nice. I'm a fan of the Ashton VSG. My oldest brother is like, he loves Ashton VSG. If you talk to him ever, he'll always just go right to like, oh, Ashton VSG. It's so funny. So I always think of him when I bring up Ashton in any way. This one is the Symmetry. Really nice flavor. This one's using, of course, tobacco from Fuentes Farm. Both farms, actually, the farm in the Dominican Republic and in Nicaragua. So this one is featuring a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Dominican binder, and then Dominican and Nicaraguan on the filler. You get an orange rind citrus. You get a little bit of a red pepper, a little bit of coffee in there, hint of cedar. So kind of all those flavors mixed in. This one is a slightly pricier than the rest of them, but still very good. It's this particular size, I believe, is about 11. They're going to range for, depending on the size, from like $10.50 to like $11.50. So somewhere in that ballpark is what you should expect to pay for one of those. Again, those of us who are in Southern California can expect to pay a little bit more, as always, and that's, ballpark. So again, all of these come in under $12. Really good offering as far as construction, quality, flavors, little bit of a different profile all the way throughout. So definitely a good lineup for your week of smoking. And as always, I thank you all for tuning in. I love hearing the comments, the feedback, the questions. all of those things. Be sure to post your pictures and tag me on Instagram if you're smoking any of these cigars this week. Love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.